Hi everyone, let's have a look at exercise 4. This one's a little bit more challenging than any of the ones that you've done so far, as you've got to look at the types of costs and figure out whether they are a fixed cost or a variable cost. And in this case, the fixed costs are the ones that they have to pay no matter how many customers they have. However, the variable costs all depend on the number of people that they have. Okay, so for example, bus and driver, it's an interesting way to spell bus. Anyway, bus and driver, 2,500 per day. Well, we know it's a 5-day trip, right? For this particular 5-day trip, it will cost the agency the following. So bus and driver, 2,500 per day. So we know it's a 5-day trip. So we have to take 2,500 times 5 and figure out how much fixed cost is associated with bus and driver. Travel guide, 500 per day. Again, it doesn't matter how many people you have, you still have to pay that guide. And it's a 5-day trip, so 500 per day times 5 gives you the fixed cost associated with the travel guide. Advertising, it's a flat amount. Doesn't matter how many days, it doesn't matter how many people. Meals per person per day. So there's 4 breakfasts and at $5 per breakfast. So therefore you can figure out how many breakfasts it costs or how much it costs for the 4 breakfasts per person. So that one of course depends on the number of people that we have. The dinners, there's 5 dinners times $20. That's the amount it's going to cost per person for dinners. So you can leave those separate or you can actually add them together. Um, Hotel rooms, again, it's for 4 nights, but it depends on how many people. Okay, so this exercise is very similar to what you would have had to have done for your project in order to figure out what your sales are going to be and what your expenses are going to be. And you can see here price per client. Of course, that is the selling price per person. Okay. So what I want you to do is have a look, see what you can figure out, and it guides you right here with the questions. It wants the total fixed cost, the variable cost per client, and then of course your selling price per client minus your variable cost per client gives you your contribution margin per client. And as we've talked about, the profit variance ratio or the PV ratio is just like when we were doing the vertical analysis. So it's sales minus variable cost gives you contribution margin. So in order to figure what percentage the contribution margin is, it is the contribution margin per client divided by price per client. Anyway, give these a try, your way through number 5 and number 6 as well, and let me know if you have any questions, and I will be posting the answer and a video around the answer key. Thanks everyone.